July the 16th, 1954. This is George Jr. He lives in Pace. This is the one lives in the house here. This is William Christopher, and we call him Chris. But these two are dead. These are the only children I got left. And she lives in McDavid. He lives in Pace, and he lives here.
Did your husband serve in the war any?
He served in Korea.
Yeah.
This was taken 3 days after we got married. Here in Pennsylvania.
Newlyweds.
Yeah. That's the reason they made me put my hand up there.
Yeah. Y'all were a nice looking couple.
Well, you know, he was a nice person until about 5 years before he died.
Mm-hmm.
And he become one. Can I say a SOB? Woo.
Yeah, he got real mean, huh?
Oh, yeah. Last time he told me he was sitting there standing out there in the yard with his walking stick. I said, come out here, you big, you W. And I mean, he was screaming it out in the front yard. I said, shut up. He said, come out here now. I said, well, I got my hands full. I said, well, let me put it down and I'll come out there. He said, let's go over to Captain D's and have something to eat. But he said, if you don't come on out here, I'm going to beat you to death with this cane. I said, you touch me with that cane? Man, you better be sure I'm dead, because when I come up, I'm going to knock you flat in your butt.
Yeah.
And I'm going to sew your pants off of you. He said, you do that? And I said, that ain't all I'm going to do. I'm going to hike up my damn skirt and show it to the judge. He said, you do that?
That's what you got to tell them, huh? You got to sleep sometime.
Yeah.
Well, my husband's stepfather's sister tied her husband to the bed, feet and his hands while he was asleep, and beat him.
Shit.
And,
I bet he deserved it, didn't
he did. And when he got up, he left. He said, it's a good thing you left, because if you'd have stayed any time longer, you'd be a dead man.
And she wasn't putting up with nothing.
No,
Yeah.
Ain't Jessie would put up with nothing.
The woman that tied her husband's bed and set it on fire. You ever heard that story?
Oh, yeah, I got that story somewhere. Farrah Fawcett played in it.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
The Burning Bed.
Yeah.
Good
I got
movie.
that,
She
I
burned
got
him
that
up.
book somewhere.
Yep.
She got away with it. They didn't prosecute her for it.
She took her kids and got in the car, and then they took off.
Yep.
Set the house on fire before she got in there.
Yep.
The kids turned around and said, Mama, the house is on fire. She said, I don't care, I'm going. I'm going.
My uncle came home drunk. The last time he came home drunk with my aunt, he would always get all lovey-dovey when he would get drunk. So
That's what my husband
the
did.
last
He
time
up
he
and
came
then
home,
gonna take
she
his
got an
money
oil
and
one of them
love.
oil funnels for the car, put it down his pants, and kissed him, and was pouring ice water down the whole. And he couldn't figure out what was going on. Oh, it's cold. It must be falling off. And then he hit her. He used to knock her around some. Last time he knocked her around, my granny, my papa, my uncle, and my mama went over there after him. And when the cops finally got there, they had beat that man so bad, because he had beat my aunt really bad, and they beat him up so bad, and he kept hollering. And they couldn't figure out why my Uncle Eddie was hollering. My granny had his big toe in her mouth and had almost chewed it completely off. But he never hit her again. He never walked straight after that, but he never hit her again.
Did she stay with him?
She would go back and forth. One of those kind of ladies that.
Well, I tell you, they got a what they call a hypnotist. They tell you you're no good. Nobody will ever want you. You don't know how to think for yourself.
They brainwash you.
Yeah, they brainwash you.
My aunt was
This
great.
poor
They do
little
that.
girl
Yeah.
at the women's center, she's got beautiful long blonde hair, and she got bangs, and she'd been married to this man 25 years. She married him after his wife divorced him. He'd been married to her 25 years, and they had children. But you know something? I think that if a woman should go to the ex-wife and find out why she divorced him before she got
Me
into
too.
that piece.
That's true. If my grandma would have took that advice, my mama from New Orleans, she was married 5 times. And she asked me one time, she said, "You don't do that kissing where you put your tongue in their mouth, do you?" I said, "What?" I said, "It ain't no wonder you was married 5 times." I said, "I know why you was married 5 times
My
now."
husband tried that there French kissing and tore the leader in my underneath my tongue, and my whole mouth was blue up in here, and I had gone to the dentist. I lied to the dentist. He said, "I can't work on your mouth." I said, "What's wrong?" He said, "Go over there and look in the mirror." And all my gums and down my throat,
Oh,
everything
you
was
must
blue.
got, you had infection?
Well, he had pulled a leader underneath my tongue.
Well, my Lord, that scares me now. I don't think I'll do that anymore.
French kissing that's nasty.
Then you have a great. She had
I
a
was
grandma
telling
that
her
didn't
about
believe
that.
in it.
That's nasty.
She said, "You're going to go, now let me tell you, before you start dating, you'll go to hell for that French kiss." I said, "What? It'll get you pregnant." I said, "Really?"
She thought that if you kissed somebody that you'd get pregnant too. She didn't.
Yeah, you didn't know no
I
better.
swear,
I was like 11 years
my
old.
mother and my daddy never told us nothing about sex. Nothing. Nothing.
Mine either. We had a lot
The only
of
way I found out that a woman has a period is my older sister was in the bathroom and the door wasn't locked and I walked in and she was wiping herself. And I said, what are you bleeding for? She said, "Honey, when you come of age, you'll do it too. It's part of growing up."
Oh,
That's all she told me.
My granny was like that. She didn't tell any of her girls, and she had 4 girls, and they thought they was bleeding to death. The first one thought she was bleeding flat to death.
Yep.
Thought she had died. Well, that was the same aunt though that put a like a little tiny marble up her nose, and they couldn't get it out, and she was 15.
Oh
She had to go to the hospital. Then I had
Should've
my
known
other
better.
aunt ate a Christmas ball when she was 7, and then she ate the whole thing.
Well, our youngest sister, Kathy, she swallowed a zipper. And Mama didn't take her to the hospital or nothing. I told her, I said, "Mom, she just picked up a zipper and swallowed it. Didn't take her to the hospital and let her pass that.
Oh,
And it scraped her intestines
Yeah.
where it was so rough.
Oh, jeez.
easy going in and
Well,
hard
she
coming out.
That's horrible.
she did pass it, but
Yeah.
it was bad.
It's
Well, you don't pass anything you put in your mouth.
Yeah. One way or the other.
You know what? I had, I think it must have ran in the family chewing crunchy things because my mom was from here and she never would let us eat crawfish. She thought they were nasty. But crawfish is the way of life in Louisiana. So I went to my friend's house. I was like 7, and I was sitting by her daddy, and they laid the newspaper out and poured the crawfish out. I was like, "Yeah, get to eat crawfish tonight." So Mr. Ron, my friend's daddy, finally looked at me and said, "Well, Dee Dee, how you like them crawfish?" I said, "Woo, Mr. Ron, them things are good, but they sure are crunchy." I had ate the whole thing, the shell, the head, the little antennas, everything. I had ate all of them. They were like, "Oh my God." I said, "They good, but they sure are crunchy."
I never liked crawfish.
Me either.
Yeah,
Oh, I
to
love
me,
them.
To me, they look like a little roach or something.
Oh, they're wonderful. If they're done right, they're so good with the corn and the potatoes. And oh, yeah, it's good.